love it. All sports, double coverage.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Double Coverage. We hope you're still living, loving, and breathing sport. I'm Dom with the Great Man Sauce. First episode of 2022. I think the Le Mans was just a special, but this is the first official Double Coverage podcast, episode 79 in 2022. We're back, Sauce. We'll never leave. So
we're not leaving. We're not going anywhere. You're stuck with us. Nonetheless, we're back, and I mean, we're back to some absolutely banging news. If you haven't seen, if you've been living under a rock, been off the socials for a few hours, few days, Tops is taking over. Tops is taking over in the future, not right now. So we still
Fanatics
got,
is taking over Tops.
Yeah, Tops is taking over. So we don't know what else they're going to do. Whether they're going to go and buy Upper Deck, or they're going to buy Panini as well. They just buy them all, and then they'll just pick the best out of each one, and bring together some unique sets. Hopefully, we can get rid of the endless run of Color Blasts and Kabooms, maybe.
Endless run of shit that we're copying at the moment. It'd be good if you had a Chronicles product with Prism and Topps Chrome in it. It'd be pretty fucking sick.
That'd be pretty
cool. So, we will discuss that a bit more in depth when we get to the hobby talk. There's going to be a different layout to the podcast as well. We're going with a new and more, abridged version. I think it's just a bit tedious going through each result every week and stuff for us. So I think we're just going to pick topics on things that are happening. We can discuss obviously standings and stuff, but we're not going to go through every single game all the time now. We'll pick out a few things. We'll incorporate a bit more hobby stuff into the sports part as well. Talk about, if we're talking about certain players, we may even bring up their rookie cards or card prices and see how they're faring in the market. So something a bit different, Sauce, freshening it up. As you know, we change it. We like change here at Double Coverage, and we always take the feedback from our community post this episode. If they're happy with it, we'll run with it. If they're pissed off about it and they think we'll go back to the old system, we'll go back to the old system. I think Adam is here, meant to be working at Smoko time, definitely for you now. Global. What's happening? Who else is in here? Adam. That's it. Saucy. Piss off the Kaboom. Bring back Metal Universe inserts. Yeah, it's gonna come. Global says it's all Millhouse. All right, let's get straight into it. And we're starting with the EPL. Well, we're starting with soccer. That's what we're doing. And we're just gonna start with Manchester City. A few blunders by other teams. Draws. By City and Chelsea drew to each other, which was actually an awesome game, to be honest. It was so high paced. It was freaking ridiculous. Captain America scored in that game, Sauce, the equalizer of Pulisic, and his prices went to $10 zillion.
Crazy first half.
It was insane. It was insane. Absolutely insane. But that draw there opens the door big time for Man City. They're 10 points clear. Your mob were very, very unlucky. You dominated them. I'm going to be honest. You did dominate them. Gabriel Martinelli, your boy, he's the guy you've been looking to buy up his stuff. He's had his coming out game pretty much against City there. He dominated them himself. His pace was just too much for the City defenders. But you got the early goal, which was good. Who scored that? Was it Odegaard? Who scored your goal? Oh, no, Saka.
Great move. Crossing from the left-hand side, Tierney, and a pull back to the top of the penalty spot, and Saka was there waiting. Great play. Look, we played him off the park in the first 45 minutes, and we probably could have had another goal. But it was just a typical look. I'm going to say it's a typical Arsenal performance in the way that it's gone. And it's happened to us in the past where we've played good football, for a period. We come up against a good side, and we just let ourselves down. And it's just frustrating to see this man once again. Damo, I've got a right with this guy, and I bring him up every time on this show. But once again, you've got one of the most experienced players at our football club, Granit Xhaka, doing one of the most dumbest things. And the absolute, I can't believe that he was protesting to the ref his innocence when you can blatantly see him pulling the jersey inside the box. Now, you tell me what ref is not going to give it when they see a jersey pull. Like, it's a penalty 100% of the time. It's game over, VAR. You're not getting away with it. And it just pissed me off. And then, it got worse. Gabriel obviously got the red card. That was a bit unlucky, in a way. But in a sense, it was there. Gabriel Jesus did him with a great bit of skill, on the turn. And he gave away the foul and second yellow, red. And then, we did okay to obviously not get pummeled from there and only end up losing 2-1. And it took them a late, injury time winner to get it done.
Rodri? Yeah.
And even that was a bit lucky. The ball sort of bobbled around in the box and fell to him, and he was there to finish it. But look, for my squad, improvement.
You're much better.
Is the improvement that we needed. We're looking a lot better, and I'm actually confident we keep playing this way. We could, finish in the top 4 and look to play Champions League next season, which is, ultimately the goal in my opinion. So, and if we finish on top of the United, it will even be another cherry on top. So,
you will,
hopefully on top of top.
You're playing very well at the moment. My team on another front, we drew to someone. I can't even, honestly, it's just all a blur to me now. And we drew to these dud teams, and at the time everyone's like, oh, we drew to Newcastle. They were 19th, and then we beat Burnley, and everyone's celebrating. Oh, Rolf Ragnick, yeah, he's 5 games in and he's undefeated, or 6 games in, he's undefeated. And then we played Wolves and we lost. Come on, man. I told you, Source. I went through the schedule after the freaking the tough run we had, and what did I say to you? There's 36 points up for grabs now, and we can take all 36 points because we're literally, the draw is just that easy. It's just the team is no good. The system is no good.
Drawing to
the system's better. The system is better. The system is better. It's just the players that just struggle. I'll watch Martinelli for Arsenal, and I go, why doesn't Sancho do that? Sancho's 5 times the player of Gabriel Martinelli, and he's got the same pace as him and better skill. And he
probably doesn't have the desire. Do you see the way Martinelli presses and he just keeps running and like that? And that just comes down to effort. And I've got to credit Arteta because he's gotten effort out of guys. Even Saka, you've seen earlier in the season, he wasn't
Saka's
pressing
dominating.
The way that
he's playing good,
pressing and moving. So even he's having to do that. But look, enough about our squad.
It's City. It's just City. City's pretty much home. It's not looking good for.
Got it in the bag.
Did you predict them pre-season, or did you say Liverpool? Did you have City? I think you had City. I had Chelsea to win it all. Chelsea had it.
City after them failing last season, but
Chelsea had it. Well, Chelsea had it in the bag. Now they're 10 behind, and it's not looking good for them. So,
I definitely said it was out of Chelsea, Liverpool, and City. I just think that were the only teams.
They're the 3 best teams.
City has just shown that
the
consistency is what happens, and you see a lot of times. This is January has generally been December. January has always been the time where it challenges clubs the most, and you see that gap start to form, and the team that can be as consistent through this hectic schedule. They usually come out on top at the end of the season. So they're 11 points clear. It's not over yet, but it's looking that way. Ultimately, especially with the way Liverpool and obviously Chelsea now playing, they're not playing at their peak performance. And it's just unlike Liverpool, against the other day, going up 2-0 halftime, you would have thought they'd go in there with a lead at halftime and come out and set in the second half, and then giving up 2 goals, in the space of, 10 minutes just before halftime. Pretty poor. So it's not usually the Liverpool that we know. You know, they're usually pretty sound defensively, especially when they get a lead. But I mean,
anyway,
credit to
it is what it
Chelsea.
is. They're just too good at the moment. There's a few more comments. I'll read them in a second. The other thing, Source, that we do want to touch on, a bit of a soccer topic at the moment, is Barcelona all of a sudden have buying power in the market, which is a massive shock to me. We're going to have a look at this guy. We're going to bring up, as we said, we'll look at some hobby stuff throughout the sports stuff, and we're going to bring up some Ferran Torres rookie cards. He's currently moved to Barcelona. Great buy by Barca. Ferran Torres, great young player, obviously coming from Manchester City, going over to the new camp. He is a freak. He's a gun. He'll partner up with Depay and Luke de Jong. And James has hit the money on the head. Barca found some money under the Barca has found some money under the mattress. Completely agree. They're getting Morata as well, Alvaro Morata. They're going to buy him from Juventus. And also, Source, funnily enough, the team that less than 12 months ago got rid of Lionel Messi because they couldn't afford him, one of the greatest players in the history of their football club, because they couldn't pay him money, Source, his salary. He's out the door to PSG, and all of a sudden now they're in the Haaland sweepstakes and they can afford Haaland. I'm a bit confused. But I don't know. Financial fair play, they're going to get looked under and scrutinized very, very harshly. I know that United are looking at Frankie de Jong. Maybe they're going to sell off some players, but they can't afford Haaland regardless. That's the fact of the matter. But, Source, let's look at Ferran Torres. Let's have a look at some of his prices. What do we got?
Well, I think, I just typed in RC just to see what you'd probably be looking at. And because he came out of 2019, there wasn't, it's not like 2020 where there's just a shitload of sets and there's a lot to choose from. So I'd probably be going after his rookie ticket.
Yeah, 100%.
And which was very popular out of that set. Now I'm going back pretty far here, but recent sales, Jan 4th, yesterday, $15. PSA 9, $42. So not too much. I mean, don't forget this guy is young. If we go have a look in here, he is Ferran Torres. We're looking him up. He is only 21 years old. Obviously, wasn't getting the playing time that he wanted.
He played well at the Euros. He was pretty good.
Yeah, played well at the Euros. So going over to Barca, that's a young team. There's going to be time for him to gel. So his career is just starting. I mean, we'll have a look here. We'll go.
I'd pay $30 for a Royal rookie ticket.
Yeah, let me just have a look here. Let me click on rookie ticket. Let's go have a look.
Some of the comments we've had as well. Global enjoyed
Le Mans. See what we can find
of the year yesterday. James, how you going? Archie, salute. Bit of Italian in the chat, Source. We love that. Salah, insane at the moment. Arsenal can finish top 4. Arsenal can definitely make Champions League. James Backhouse just adding fuel to the fire. Didn't know you had Sergio Aguero on the podcast. Yes, thank you. I'll take that one as well.
Jorginho, Sergio Aguero. For some reason, what else you may call freaking Brad Pitt?
Chad Michael Murray.
Guys, you got to come up with
the only one that I'm genuinely disappointed about is being actually called Jorginho. Because he missed that penalty. It's because he missed that pen. That's the only reason, or else I wouldn't care.
Yeah, guys. Adams, so, I mean, you can buy a PSA 10 of his rookie ticket for $200. Maybe you drop him off.
There's the Pitch Kings there. The Pitch Kings is nice.
Yeah, there's also the Pitch Kings. I'm not sure if that has a.
I'm definitely not buying that grading company for $160. That's pretty good. Oh no, sorry. I thought that's
level 1.
Bro, I thought that said $79.99.
No. $750. Well, I don't know if that's the actual price. But that's only level 1. Like there's obviously a level 2 and a level 3.
I don't think he's in. I don't think he's in that because they don't always progress up.
Oh, they don't always progress them all. Okay,
no, that's his card.
There you go. So yeah, I think the rookie ticket's probably your best bet here. Looks as I mean, I tell you what. Why not? Why wouldn't you? I mean, I understand the slabs look like shit, but you're getting two. I think you're getting two.
They're Timor. Are they Timor? They're red.
Oh, no,
I
red.
thought that
Yes,
was...
says red. Contenders red. Yeah, rookie ticket.
It is red.
No idea.
It's not bad.
Lot of 2. So not a bad little buy there.
Anyway,
That's
there you go.
Canadian.
There's a couple options there if you're interested in Ferran Torres. You've got his rookie ticket. You've got his Pitch Kings level 1 as well. So have a look. He's going to get a lot of game time, more than what he had at City. He's a very skillful young player, and I think he will make a significant impact in that football side. Adam, just to finish on the soccer, said, didn't United offer €10 million bonus to the new manager if he got Haaland? They did, and that was flushed down the toilet when Mino Raiola, the manager for Haaland, actually came out and said he'd never play for United. That's pretty much what he said. So
yeah, because he's also the manager of Pogba, and obviously we know the issues with Pogba and United. So that's what happens in this world when we got
burn bridges,
the player managers that you burn that bridge, and now that manager, who is one of the most powerful managers in world football, pretty much is now blackballing or black banning United from any more big players that he potentially manages, which is pretty crazy. But that's the reality.
We're shit anyway, so I don't really care. What's up, Shane? Glad to have you in. Let's move over to some basketball. I'm not going to go through every team in the conference and their standings. Just a few things to point out, though, in the top 5 there. We've got Chicago, Brooklyn, Milwaukee, Miami, and Cleveland rounded out. Knicks are struggling. They're down in 11th. Boston is starting to make a bit of a move, playing a lot better. Orlando still stinks.
Honorable mention, Jaylen Brown, big 50-point bomb the other day. That was great to watch. He was just on fire. It was so efficient. It wasn't like a high volume 50-point game. I think he only done it off like 27, 28 shots or something like that. He went to the line a few times. It was really good. And also, obviously, the Bulls have been flying. So
Bulls
I'm
are killing it.
Stop on them for a second.
Yes, I do have them in there.
Might have a look at some of his cards.
I think we will. We'll start there. Source, bring up some of his cards. But DeRozan, 2 game winners in 2 nights, playing phenomenal. My trade in fantasy, getting rid of him, may come back and bite me in the ass. But who do I get out of? I got Drummond, Conley, and Jaren Jackson Jr. for him. Jaren Jackson actually learns how to play basketball again.
Yeah, look, I'm not. Right. I mean, he stepped up when Ja Morant went out, but he's looking though in that team that he's more and more the third star rather than the second star. With Desmond Bane stepping up. I mean, I think that also has part to do. You got to remember that Desmond Bane is older than Jaren Jackson.
Yeah,
obviously hasn't been in the NBA as long, but came in as a mature rookie. We've seen this before. I think Chris Duarte is another one that for the Indiana Pacers came in as a mature rookie, had more years in college, understands basketball systems more. So they're more ready to impact right away. But nonetheless, let's look at DeMar DeRozan. He's Topps Chrome 2009 Topps Chrome. This is just the base PSA 10, and now in 2009 the Topps Chrome they were numbered. So even the base was numbered to 999. So this is only a pop 13. Pretty crazy. Pop 13 growth over the last 2 years is it's gone up 845%. Growth over the last 6 months, it's gone up 19%. But this card costs $1,400. Last sold on PSA 10, BGS 9.5, 728. So there's 37 in the pop on the BGS 9.5. It's
a very low pop by the looks of things across the board.
Yeah, very low pop. I think people are gonna, by the end of his career, DeMar DeRozan, I think people are gonna realize actually how good this guy was. I just feel like he's underappreciated right now. Maybe because he's never really developed the 3-point shot, even though he's hit 2-3 game winners. I mean, why the hell isn't he shooting more threes when he's hitting game winners on the 3 ball? And I mean, did you see that game winner? It was literally a running 1 foot shot off one leg. It was just like crazy.
Like Kobe. It looks like something out of Kobe.
it looked, it reminded me of that one where Kobe against Miami was running to the left, banked
Dwayne
it.
Wade,
He banked it over
in,
Dwayne
blah,
Wade,
blah,
but
yes.
that one wasn't, it wasn't a bank, but it was, reminded me of that. You've also got the refractor, which is numbered to 500. So the refractor here, numbered to 500, BGS 9.5. I mean, tell me if I was to choose to get a BGS 9.5 refractor numbered to 500 or the PSA 10 base, which is, only $200 cheaper, give me the refractor and the BGS 9.5 every day of the week. That's just my personal opinion. You can see here. I don't know if there's any PSA 10s. We'll have a PSA 10s. There is 8 PSA 10s, and the PSA 10s worth 3,300. So there's a few cards. DeMar DeRozan, he would have some other ones. Like he's obviously, you got his national treasures. And then I'm not exactly sure. There would probably be a normal, regular tops, maybe tops paper as well. So there's a few options there. But yeah, DeMar DeRozan absolutely balling out. Shoe-in for All-Star for sure.
Yeah, he's killing it at the moment.
I mean, that Bull side is looking good. And when we spoke about them at the beginning of the season when they, they brought in Vucevic, which was he's one of the best centers in the league. Whether you want to say that or not, I think he's definitely probably up there as a top 5 center.
I love how people have
Jokic and those guys, but very good.
People have reservations on them. I don't understand why. They had, like you said, really good inclusions, DeRozan and him, and they picked up your boy, the GOAT, who can actually play defense, like in Caruso, and the team's good. They got Levine. He can score the ball really well. Lonzo's improved his shot as well.
And their defense has gotten better. So at the end of the day, like, when you improve that defense and they're a top defense in the league, that's always going to hold you in good stead to win basketball games. And they're showing as well that, when games come down to the end, they've, got the guys there that can hit the game-winning shots, make the game-winning plays. So, I mean, how you can't like the look of this Bulls squad going the way they're going right now is, I don't know what basketball you're watching because they're playing at an elite level.
Exactly. Global says, when do you think we'll see a bounce back in the NBA market? Hold that thought because we'll talk about it in Hobby Talk. I think Source can talk about some product releases and stuff and when it should be bouncing back, and it shouldn't really be struggling at this time because we should have some products already out. Over in the West, Golden State and Phoenix still up there. Golden State's got the best team in the West. Clay is going to return. Also back into the East, Kyrie is going to play for the Nets. So the question that was asked was like, who was it a couple of weeks ago? It was who's going to play first, Zion, Kyrie, or Ben Simmons? And it looks like it's going to be Kyrie Irving, funnily enough. Memphis up in 4th, and that's the team that we're going to start with at the moment. And we're going to talk about Ja Morant again. The guy that got booed Sauce 2 weeks ago is now having his praises sung by that franchise, which we said it was a disgrace that he got booed to begin with. So he walked into Brooklyn yesterday and he dominated them. That's pretty much what he did. Literally killed them. And he's playing pretty well at the moment. He had 9 already in the first quarter in the game today. So I don't know if there's been any price change Source over the last week or so based on his big performances. I'll leave that to you. But that's a guy that it takes time when you come back from injury to get back into the swing of things. It doesn't just happen overnight. I'm not expecting like a guy like Kyrie Irving to play tomorrow or Friday, whenever he's playing, and be back to his best. He's had no game practice pretty much for ages. And then that was the same with Ja Morant. Was out for a couple months with that injury, comes back, started off slow. Obviously, they went on a mad tear when he wasn't playing. Jaren Jackson stepped up and took a bit of time, and now he's just dominating. Adam said, Ja, just bring in the goods time and time again. And it is definitely Global's boy. He loves a bit of Ja. So
there we go. So this is just the last month. So there was a bit of a dip around Christmas, which is pretty common with a lot of cards around Christmas time, and then now back up around the 1,300, $1,400 mark. That's
almost bloody
the PSA 10.
It almost pushed to all-time highs. That's unreal.
All-time highs.
This
is only 1 month, brother.
Oh, sorry, 1 month. Sorry,
it's only 1 month, mate.
Sorry.
You want
his all-time high was like $5,000. Yeah, sorry.
$5,000, mate. So it's very far down from that. The pop is still 1,200, but the pop's still growing at 1.55%.
Well, cards are starting to come back a lot quicker now from PSA. We'll talk about that. They open up their regular service as well. Might get a few more of those Ja Morant sent in.
I think so.
At that price point, I think it falls under the $1,500 value of the card.
Here we go. You got the Mosaic Silver as well, which is just a cheaper option if you're wanting to jump on that. I mean, the peak of that was up around 4. It's just crazy what these silvers were going for at one point.
Yeah.
1,400. Like, how would you feel if you bought it up there? 1,400. And then now it's down 300, 350. Pretty crazy.
There you go.
Pretty crazy. And it's pretty hard to pick the bottom, man. There would have been people buying it here at 750 thinking this is the bottom. You know, it's come down from 1,500, it's half price, and then it just keeps falling. And
Adam said just reckon PSA need to blanket ban base prisms. James also asked, what do you think about DeRozan and Levine card prices compared to current rookie prices?
Yeah, I agree. Like, I think that's one of the obvious things that sticks out to me is just like, and I've always spoken about this from the beginning of this show. I mean, one of the biggest topics I had on this show was, you know, Kobe prices compared to Luka Doncic prices, right? And how that was crazy when the differential was not much, and we've seen where Kobe's gone, and you know, Luka's come back. But I think that same sort of thought can be processed to these guys. I mean, Levine, DeRozan, they're more seasoned professionals. They're now putting up, you know, career numbers, and you know, these are the numbers that you can expect from these guys because they've been in the system for quite a while, and they've put these numbers up with consistency. I mean, you have a look at, you know, a guy like Zach LaVine. I'll bring up his stats on Basketball Reference, and I mean, you can see here now for what four seasons he's averaged, you know, nearly 24 points or more. Pretty consistent. You generally see like a bit of a jump in the third year. I mean, he fell off a little bit in the fourth year, but I mean, that had to do with he only played 24 games. So that was when the year I think he had a pretty bad injury. And then since then, it's been all guns blazing. I mean, you know, shooting the 3-ball around 40% clip, which is at an elite level in the league today. So, you know, Zach LaVine is one of the guys that I think is completely underappreciated, and this is and DeMar DeRozan as well. And this is why also I hope that the Bulls can make a run, can do something in the playoffs, so that, you know, these guys can get noticed in the hobby, and they should have more collectors, man. I think Zach LaVine's definitely one that's underrated. I mean, if you have a look at like, you know, remember they had Zach LaVine and Karl Anthony Towns. That was supposed to be the tandem in Minnesota. They were going to bring them back to you know, the playoffs and win them playoff series. They thought Cat was the better guy, but you know, if you look at the two today, and you'd say, would you rather Zach LaVine or Karl Anthony Towns? I mean, give me Zach LaVine every day of the week. I'm not saying Karl Anthony Towns ain't a good player, but I mean, you know, I've seen Karl Anthony Towns rookie autos for sale on a Facebook page, and you know, $120 rookie auto on card. No one bought it. Sat there for 2 days. No one bought it. Right, Zach LaVine, on the other hand, I think he's more flashier player. He's won dunk contests, and in terms of cards, in terms of hobby, I think he's a more collectible guy. And I definitely, you know, he's actually a guy that I'm like now at the point where I'm like, well, he's 26. He's still probably got another good 6 years in the league, especially because you can shoot the 3-ball good. So, I mean, when you can sit on the outside and shoot it from 40%, you can stay in the league a lot longer. As well, so there's nothing saying he can't keep playing to, you know, a bit older. It just depends on how his body holds up. But
comments coming in. James did say he couldn't sell LaVine RPA game 1 patch BGS 95 for 550. Global brought up the Wilkins Reebok pump patch that was just in Immaculate. That was sick. I'll talk about Immaculate in Hobby Talk. Who else we got here? Adam says, anyone looking to buy this year's rookie class? We've had half a season to watch, and before a product is even released, no one really stands out. Maybe Giddy. We will talk about this in how we talk. Do not worry about that, my friend. Adam said one of my personal favorites is the DeRozan die cut, light blue prism, not a rookie, but just a nice looking car. Yeah, you can. It's the same thing. You can get really nice inserts of guys that you like out there, and die cuts and different colors, and there's heaps of that. It's not just dedicated just to vintage players. You can actually do it with the guys that are still playing today. So,
guys, look, here we go. He's been in the league 9 seasons. I mean, what, since his 4th year, he's averaged 20 points or more. I mean, it's a pretty good career. That's a really, really good career.
It is a good career for DeRozan. Very, very good career. Speaking about great career source, we are going to move on to another guy. And we're going to talk about the Lakers. You're 500 at the moment. You suck.
500.
But
only
you
because
suck.
of one man.
You suck. But the one man is the guy we're going to talk about. And I know a lot of people on this show that people think on this show that we just love this guy so much. But there's a reason why we love this guy, because he's all-time great. He's 37 years old. He's played now more than half his life in the NBA, mate. This guy is LeBron James. He has dominated in what was it? Has it been a 8-game stretch at the moment? I'll give you a crazy stat. He has had, he had 7 consecutive 30-point games that got broken the other night against Minnesota. He had 26. The record for that was 15 consecutive 30-point games. I think Kobe had that record. But the funny thing is, he's had the most 30-point games this season, Source. He's had 15 this season, and he's played 24 games.
He's been injured.
Because he was injured.
Here we go. This is the last 8 games, Doma. This is his averaging. He's averaging 34 points, 2.6 turnovers, 1.5 blocks, nearly 2 steals, 1.9, 6 assists, 10 rebounds. He's shooting nearly 80% on free throws. He's shooting 40% from 3.
Nice.
I mean, how old is he again?
37 in 6 days.
Guys, this is an 8-game stretch. He's just absolutely dominating. He's playing today again at a bit later today, so make sure you tune in. Should be a good game, but unbelievable, and single-handedly is keeping the Lakers afloat. Let's not beat around the bush. Single-handedly keeping the Lakers afloat. Are the Lakers playing any better? Yeah, they are, because LeBron's having to, lift his level and bring the guys around him to a bit better level. But in a sense, I mean, if you have a look at their actual results, and which I'll go have a look at them.
You only won 2 out of the 7 games that you played, though, or 3 out of the 7 games.
Yeah, we're not playing any better. I mean, have a look at this. We smashed the Blazers. Still gave up 106 points. Timberwolves 103 points, not too bad. We lost against the Grizzlies, in a game where we were playing good in the first half, and we literally just got pummeled in the 4th quarter. I don't know what happened. We lost our chemistry. As good as LeBron is playing, this is the worrying sign. He's playing this good, and we're losing games where the chemistry is just not the best.
Can we get you know what? Let's just get up the other guy that's on the team. And I said this to you before we came on. All right, get the other guy that you brought in this year. All right, can we get his stats in the last 8 games and what he's averaging?
We can do that.
Freaking triple doubles. It means shit all. Global said Goldie roasted LeBron in one of their last shows. Yeah, I don't really care. To be honest, he has the most 10 consecutive. Most consecutive 10-point games since Jan, 1,066 games. Emilio says the GOAT.
So this is his last 9 games, Westbrook. He's averaging 19.3 points. He's averaging 5.2 turnovers, 1.2 steals a game, 7.8 assists, 9 rebounds. He's shooting a measly 59% from free throw, and he's shooting a whopping 20% from 3. 20%.
So
yeah. In the last game against Minnesota, he had 9 turnovers.
I'll watch that game. He had 3 turnovers in crunch time.
He's had 17 games this season where he's had 5 turnovers or more.
Adam says still doesn't make up for him for rewinding Space Jam for that. For us that remember the original, was reading something about 3-team trade for Rondo. Is that true?
Yeah, Rondo potentially could be going to the Cavs, maybe. So they're obviously looking for a point guard because they're shorthanded now with Rubio getting injured and obviously Sexton being out. So they need another point guard to fill the void there. So obviously looking for an experienced guy to back up Garland, who's taking the reins. I think he's back from injury or back from COVID protocols or whatever. So yeah. We'll see. But the trade deadline's open till February, right?
February, yeah.
So it's still a bit of time.
Global said, Coley said he doesn't make players, but yeah, he said that for a while. It is what it is. Like, that's the opinion. I respect that. That's his opinion. Like, I disagree with it, which we've spoken about 1,000 times. I don't understand how you bring a team. Source just needs to keep saying it. He played in a team that was pretty much irrelevant and took him to the finals, got swept by the Spurs, but he literally had a team of Ilgauskas and Doobie Gibson and like spuds, like proper spuds, and played against one of the best Spurs team ever with some of the greatest players ever. They had the greatest power forward of all time in their team. They got smashed, which is fine, but they're not getting there if it wasn't for LeBron. So that's the thing I've never understood.
In the same spectrum, like LeBron at 37 shouldn't be having to do the level of work that he's having to do. And the fact that he's doing that level of work and they're not even winning games, like, it doesn't bode well going forward, Dom, for my guys. Like, I don't see the Lakers actually getting anywhere this season, regardless of whether Anthony Davis comes back and is in full form. I just can't see it, man. I just can't see it.
I've seen, I know, and I'm seeing him getting flamed by heaps of accounts now, like saying that he's playing with Hall of Famers and this and that, and like, I get that, I get that, but Westbrook's no good. I don't care if you're telling me that Golden State would be as good if they had Westbrook on their team, playing as many minutes, jacking up threes. They got a great system in Golden State. That's the thing. You watch the game; they're a great passing team. They're an assist to scoring. That's pretty much how they do it. They try and get 30 assists a game as a team. It's unbelievable. I don't know. I don't know why they keep putting. I understand Curry changed the game and stuff, and we've never said Curry is a dud on this show. I've never said that once. I just said he's not better than LeBron. That is the only thing I've ever said. And my argument was to that. Everyone that's saying that he is better than LeBron, is he better than the guys that LeBron is better than in the top 10? Is he better than all of them? And people go, oh, yeah, but he's not better than so-and-so. But then how's he better than LeBron? Because we said LeBron's better than all these guys. He's the second best player, arguably, ever to play behind Jordan. So you're telling me, like all your arguments are irrelevant. You're living here and now. You're watching a guy that was doing what he was doing prior to injury. All right, you missed Curry for a year. Then he came back last year. He dominated, and he's dominated this year. I think you're just desensitized to the fact that LeBron has done this every single year. He's just that good that you expect his game to go from elite to God every year. That's the problem with everyone that watches LeBron. He's consistently done it for 17 years, and you expect his game to get even better. And then when he goes on a stretch like this, you go, see how good he is, man? He's like the best. He's been doing it every season. He goes on runs like this, and he dominates. It's the thing that I'm just shock source.
People have short-term memories, mate.
You definitely do. Well, no, short-term memory on LeBron James's career. That's what it is. Short-term memory on LeBron James's career. And you crap on like, oh, look what Curry's doing this team and that team. Okay, so Curry never played with Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, and Kevin Durant. He never played with guys like Iguodala, who was a better bench player, and Livingston, better bench player than anything that LeBron ever had. Like, I don't understand. Yeah, LeBron had Kyrie Irving, he's had Dwayne Wade, and he's had Chris Bosh. Like, I get that. The part that I don't get is it's as if Curry's played with scrubs his whole entire career. You know, if he wins another title, he's better than LeBron. What are you talking about? He's got to win another freaking 4 finals MVPs to even come close to coming to
How many finals
LeBron
MVPs
James.
Curry won?
He's won 0. Andre Iguodala's won more freaking finals MVPs than freaking Stephen Curry. Come on.
No, we're not shitting on Stephen Curry. We love Stephen Curry.
I'm just saying there's a lot of things to be factored in. It's not just, you know, okay, he changed the game. I get that. He's the greatest 3-point shooter to ever play. I get that. He's one of the best team players ever. I get that. He does improve the guys around him. I get that. But so does LeBron. Where's Matthew Dellavedova? Where's J.R. Smith? Where's all these guys? They're not even in the league anymore. I can keep going. I can go find heaps of other guys. They're not even in the league anymore. They played under LeBron. They got the best numbers ever. They leave. Some are non-existent in the league, and some are just absolute scrubs. They're just they're finished. Yeah. Yeah, I know. And then, I agree with you. And then LeBron freaking
KD left because of Westbrook. He's the best scrub ever. US MNT soccer cards.
James makes a good. I know Global says he loves revving me up, but James makes a good point. Who are we going to crap on when LeBron's gone? You know, honestly, Source, before we do move on, this is what I'm going to leave it on. If we're going to crap on anyone when LeBron leaves, let's crap on Luka. Let's just bag Luka. Because he's the next LeBron. He's nowhere near LeBron, mate. Nowhere near. So once LeBron retires, I'm going to crap on Luka for 10 years and see what his fans think of that. Simple as that. Adam says, I don't think LeBron and Westbrook was ever going to work because Westbrook only cares about Westbrook. Yeah, well, that's true. Anyway, let's move on.
Mate, when you're shooting 20% from 3 and you're shooting 6 threes a game on average, what the fuck are you doing, mate? That's all I got to say. All right, you can't shoot threes. Just stop shooting them. What kills me is watching this. I'll tell you one thing: Westbrook should be cutting to the ring, slashing to the ring. He doesn't very rarely sit out on the 3-point line. He can't.
He said he didn't want to take that role.
Sense to me. Doesn't want to. I don't care. Doesn't make sense to me. You're shooting at 20%.
I know, but he doesn't want to cut to the ring. He's actually said he didn't want to do that. He hasn't taken that on board. He didn't want to do that.
We would have been better keeping Caruso and getting rid of leaving Westbrook out, mate. Keeping 100%. Baffled me. Baffled, mate. Just think about this. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. I could go on and just.
We could have a whole podcast episode on this. Yeah. So literally F1's just an update on that. A lot of car reveals are coming out on their socials. So definitely tune into that. Have a look. It's not the physical car at the moment. It's just reimagining the car in a digital way. So in the metaverse as an NFT, I guess. But definitely go check out their socials pages and get a glimpse at that. All right, Source. Let's move. I don't know. There's no card this week for UFC. I don't think it's 15th of Jan. I think it comes back.
No, I think not yet. But all I do know is there are get ready for an absolute 16th of Jan. So we'll do a little bit of preview next week. But
next week.
Get ready. We're really looking forward to the 23rd of Jan. Put that one in your notebook, ladies and gentlemen, because it's going to be an absolute belter. It's the heavyweight main event, 23rd of Jan. Just put it in there. Francis Ngannou versus Cyril Gane is going to be huge. Massive. That's what we're really looking forward to.
All right, NFL, let's move on to that. Week 17. These ones we will run through the scores. Philly beat Washington 2016. Rams beat Ravens 2019. Buccaneers beat the Jets 28-24 with one of the most monumental meltdowns in the history of football. Brilliant. Antonio Brown just walked out. Titans slapped the Dolphins 34-3. Stopped that run. Patriots beat the Jags 50-10. The Raiders beat your mob 23-20. That's a bit of a stinging one for you to take, Sauce, after you've been putting together some great football. The Bengals clinched after beating the Chiefs 34-31. Bears defeated Giants. Bills defeated Falcons. 49ers defeated Texans. Chargers over the Broncos. Saints over the Panthers. Seahawks beat the Lions 51-29. The Cowboys got done against the Cardinals 25-22. The Packers slapped the Vikings. And the Steelers in Big Ben's last game defeated the Browns 26-14. And that is where we are going to stop, Sauce, on Ben Roethlisberger, two-time Super Bowl champ, NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year, six-time Pro Bowler, two-time NFL passing yards leader. He's done it all right? He's had over 60,000 passing yards. I think he's one of 8 to ever do that. He's only one of 3 to have over 60,000 passing yards and have a Super Bowl next to his name. So I was going to say, in light of his career, pretty much that was his last home game. I'm pretty sure he'll play his last game this week at the Ravens. But Sauce, bit of a homage to Ben Roethlisberger. We'll have a look at some of his cards. He's rookie, one of the best to ever do it. I don't think people realize how good he has been. And the Steelers have been fantastic. Mike Tomlin's never had a losing season, Sauce, which is pretty epic, if you ask me.
So we'll have a look. This is his 2004 Topps Chrome rookie, Ben Roethlisberger, and PSA 10. There's only 172 in the pop. Last sold $710 US. Pretty good growth, as everything has grown over the last 2 years. I mean, it's up 153% over the last 2 years. You can also have a look at all time. So as well, but yeah, that's probably there's that one, and this is just what's on Cardladder. There's obviously the refractor as well. I'll have a look and see if there's any PSA 10s. There's only 16 PSA 10s in the refractor, and that is crazy price. Last one sold on the 12th of the 10th for $6,500. Yeah, pretty crazy. Undervalued by 32, overvalued by 32%. They reckon Cardladder. Reckon this card's overvalued.
I thought so.
I mean, he's had a pretty good career, Doma. Pretty good career. 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, but it's the same thing, Sauce. Like, I look at it. I always like comparing stuff like this to guys. A guy like Big Ben to a guy like Troy Aikman, for example. Like, he's won Super Bowls and he's pretty much worth shit. Troy Aikman.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So
that is a good point. Let's have a look here. Let's see if I can.
The pop is like run. It's to the moon, though. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it is to the moon.
Anyway, so like I get that.
This is the refractor. We don't want that.
So it's ROE, I think.
Oh, stuffed it. All right, let's have a look at this. Pretty similar. Pretty close, considering the pop on the Aikman's like a hell of a lot more.
What's a PSA Aikman's 9 go for in the Aikman?
No idea.
You know, because I am holding a couple of them. I don't.
No one's going for 55.
Oh,
back down.
Yuck.
Yeah, there's a lot of 9s. 5,000 of them.
Whoa.
Should have sold it when it ran up, Doma.
Yeah, it got to like 200 US. Didn't it? No? All time? I think it
I'm not
did.
exactly sure. It's only 1 month. Let's go have a look here. It got as high as, what are we looking at here? 150. Yeah, 150, 170. So close to 200.
Yeah. I saw a couple listed at 200. Definitely didn't sell. All right. I reckon Big Ben is a guy to look at.
If he's actually retiring, career. I mean, he's had a pretty good career.
No, I think he is, Sauce. At the end of the game, he was in tears and he was crying and stuff, and it was their last home game of the season. You're not doing stuff like that. You're not getting standing ovations. You're not getting all this stuff, tribute.
I mean,
stuff.
He's given it all to the franchise. He probably
has.
went on maybe 1 or 2 seasons too long, but it is what it is.
That's not his fault. The end of the day,
yeah, that's
Pittsburgh's fault.
Correct. That's Pittsburgh's fault. They should have closed the door on him. But in a way, it's probably good that he's got his fitting ending. Won his last home game. And he's given everything to that franchise. Beat the Browns, which we said at the beginning of the season would be shit, and that Baker Mayfield is a B grade, quarterback at best.
Yeah, at best. Good. I like that. At best.
So
he's not playing at best at the moment. He's definitely not B grade at the moment.
Well, yeah, he's struggling. Yeah.
Doma. But anyway, congrats on a great career to him. He's been fantastic. As long as I've watched NFL, he's been in the league. Source. I think the same for yourself. So
there was a time there where I used to put they used to, at the start of the season used to put the Pittsburgh Steelers over 10.5 wins, over 11.5 wins, and there'd be a lock in. They were just like at the point where they were playing playoffs regularly. They were winning 12, 13 games season upon season. And there was a peak time there, obviously, when they had the elite defense. They had Polamalu on the defensive side of the ball, who was an absolute unit. And that together with Roethlisberger on the offense, they were able to, get a Super Bowl. So, I mean, I don't know what more you can ask. He's had a Hall of Fame type of career.
He definitely has.
100% this guy's going to be in the Hall of Fame. So, do with it what you will, but I just don't see how if you're a card collector, you're a fan of the NFL, grab a good grade Roethlisberger, a decent auto, something, and just stash it away, put that one in the vault, and pull it out maybe later down the track, and it could be a very good investment, especially with you never know what the fortunes of the Pittsburgh Steelers franchise holds. As we're seeing, it's not that easy to then get back to the promised land and win a Super Bowl. So who knows? They could be going on a big drought, and Ben Roethlisberger could, be the memory for a lot of collectors out of Pittsburgh and Pittsburgh fans to come. So they might be looking to buy his cards. So that's the sort of thought process that I'm having.
Well, Adam says, what would be more valuable, you reckon, Dom Aikman or Shannon Elizabeth rookie refracted at 199? Based on the story that I heard, all right, when we caught up, which I'm not repeating it, all right, I'm going Shannon Elizabeth rookie. But if the person that was in the story had his own card, it'd be probably the most expensive card in the Australian hobby. As simple as that. That's all I'm saying. for kids that grew up in the 90s, that guy's card, if he had a card, he'd be just like the GOAT of the hobby in Australia. As simple as that. Let's move on, Source, to Week 18 games, the last week, and then we'll do a bit of a rundown next week for the playoffs. May even do a special pod, get our thoughts from hopefully Cooper, if we can get a hold of him, maybe even get Matty on as well and discuss it. But we've got Chiefs and Broncos, Cowboys, Eagles, Packers, Lions, Colts, Jags, Washington, Giants, Bears, Vikings, Titans, Texans, Steelers, Ravens, Bengals, Browns, 49ers, Rams, Panthers, Bucks, Seahawks, Cardinals, Patriots, Dolphins, Saints, Falcons, Jets, Bills, Chargers, Raiders. Done and dusted. All right, Sauls, let's jump into hobby talk. I think we'll just run with it. We've been using Cardladder for the whole thing, so it's pretty much we don't need to play the video. Let's get it underway. We'll start with some good news, some cool stuff that's happening, and then we'll end with obviously the big news on what got announced yesterday in the hobby. Few things. Fake case of Pokemon cards for Logan Paul. Apparently it's fake. That's what people are saying. There was guys coming out with evidence and this and that. And
it's pretty damning. If you've wanted to watch the videos and had a look, it is pretty damning. And look, we're not going to say whether it is.
It's not confirmed. It's
confirmed.
It's
or whatever,
fake until it's real until proven fake. The case, in my opinion, but the
only way to tell is to open the case.
Someone, exactly right. And someone made a very good point in our group. They said he literally made 5 times the value of that case on clicks to views through his social media accounts anyway. So he couldn't give a flying you know what if it is a fake case. Like, that's how much money he made of generating the interest.
Clicks.
So it doesn't really matter.
Traffic to his YouTube, traffic to his sites. Maybe people through that then bought his merch. Who fucking knows, man? But he's definitely, regardless, still killed it.
Yeah, he definitely did. Well, we'll see what happens, but the evidence, like Saucy said, it's pretty full on, and people looked into it like crazy. They've made videos, and go check it out. You make up your own mind. To be honest,
I couldn't give a fuck if you got stung on the 3.5 million
he's probably made 15
funny.
mil but he's made 15 mil anyway, or 10 mil anyway out of it, so who really cares?
Who cares, mate? He'll just line up another Mickey Mouse boxing fight and make another 50 million, mate. Who cares?
Exactly right. Ashton said it does look dodgy as hell. That's who knows? Adam, what'd you get? Latest random one he got. I'd love to know. Who cares about this? Let's be honest. I just thought we'd bring it up quickly and announce it. Doesn't surprise me. He had old Chrome Dome there that was helping him. That's gone off the face of the earth. I forgot even what his name is now.
Oh, fuck, yes.
Remember that Le Mans?
Yes.
Remember that Le Mans? Like, and they opened
the guy that was saying that the PSA 10 first edition Bulbasaur was worth 30,000.
Yeah, and the guy remember that they opened the thing live with all those people. Yeah, had Leon Hart was there,
I remember.
And Shine. They were all there. That
wasn't Shine. It wasn't Shine. It's the other guy. I forgot his name.
And they were all fake. The cards are fake. This guy.
They opened it. It's like, oh, these are fake cards, and they got sold resealed packs. It was pretty fun. Yes, the collector guru.
Yes, we should have given. How did that guy not get a Le Mans from us?
Well, we only are calling him Chrome Dome. So what more do we want?
You know what? He probably. This was probably before we introduced the Le Mans. That's why. Oh my gosh. Adam says he's getting desperate now, though, and getting the dumbass Island boys on as well. The Pauls are both flogs. Nah, but they're smart guys. They're smart guys. They just make money. They can live their life, do whatever they want, buy whatever they want. People, they've got a cult following. That's the way it works. Like, I'll tell you what, if you built us up to that stage and we were making that much money, we'd have the Island boys on this show as well. Difference is we'd be buying cards for people and actually sending them to them. He's going to the authenticator with the person he bought it off and opening it, then getting it resealed by the authenticator. Interesting. You know, it would be more content for him to make. Another 10 million he makes off of it anyway. So just smart move by him. Yeah, but that guy was the best. Collectible guru. That guy was a Le Mans. Next up, PSA regular service is open, $100 a card, no submission limit, and the value is at $14.99. So they can just send a whole bunch of shit.
And reports did see a story from someone who we follow and mentioned that he sent some on that service, the $100 service, through a group subber, and literally got his cards graded and whatever within 2 weeks or something. So it's running at really good. You're sending in stuff at 100, you're getting it back within 2-3 weeks.
That's pretty good.
Reality. I mean, that's if you're obviously based in the States. In Australia, I think it's a bit more of a wait because you got to go through the bulk sub, and there's a bit more of a weight to it. But I think you're still getting those back, within 2 months, probably, which is pretty good.
Definitely. Adam said he got a Kevin Costner patch, Some Stars of Hollywood JFK movie patch card. That's better than your Shannon Elizabeth. Kevin Costner's a gun, bro. Come on. Kevin Costner's a freak. Dances with wolves, mate. He's a gun. What else we got on here? Lil P, 15 cases of immaculate in 3 days. It's been literally Christmas time for everyone. 3 $90,000 USD breaks in 3 days. I think he'll have another one up. So the third one will be today. He tried to run it back yesterday, Source. He did 5 cases, and he goes, "Oh, we're running it back. We're running it again tonight." And like six spots filled in the third one, but I'm sure I'll get a notification at some stage tonight and it'll be back up and running, that third 5-case Immaculate break. And in all honesty, and this is what I like to say to people, when you should go and watch breaks like this, to give yourself an idea the type of cards that get hit and how often they get hit. That's why I like watching them for that.
This is the thing, Doma. This is the thing, right? So, now with the hobby, it's evolved to now, and it's a lot more popular, a lot more people entering breaks and things. You're not seeing, and it was something that we brought up with Grayson on our Magnificent 7 with Grayson from Cherry, and I asked him, how come not as many case breaks, not as many half case breaks, and and he said it's not viable from a business perspective. Single boxes, 2 boxes, whatever, 3 boxes gives more opportunity for people to get into breaks. That was the reasoning behind it. But the reason why I like to go watch cases on release and case upon case and case breaks is because it gives you that real perspective of, hang on, if I go below 3K in this Immaculate case break or 4K in this Immaculate case break for a random spot, what are the chances that I'm going to potentially hit something, right? And by only watching 1 box breaks or 2 box breaks of Immaculate, let's say in this example, you don't get a real sense. You don't get a real sense of what you could potentially hit. Now, on the flip side, I would rather enter in a case break than enter in a 2 box break, personally, or a half case break. I think it's there's better value or better opportunity to hit bigger cards. Also, on top of that, if you're thinking that you're going to buy into this and you're going to come out, well on top, you're misinformed. Hence why we say go watch these case breaks, so then you can get an idea of, the hits that come out and how often, as Doma mentioned. But I mean, it's good to see that someone in the community is doing this sort of stuff, because this is like even though I'm not in the break, I actually enjoy watching these type of breaks, especially the high end products where they're ripping just a large amount at once. It's just entertaining, so entertaining, and Little P does it good. Doma calls him the GOAT. He's the number one breaker in the business. He doesn't take any qualms about it. I mean, he does do stuff that other people don't do in terms of breaks. Some new, very, very unique breaks. So
he's the GOAT.
Go watch him.
Cage did mention yesterday on Le Mans of the Year that they're doing a breakers thing, and I did say to him straight out, it's live, it's recorded, it's on our YouTube. I said to him, Lil P has to be in the running for Breaker of the Year. Has to be. He's just, I watch a lot of breakers on YouTube and on Thing Source on Instagram, and on Instagram and YouTube, I've never been really in a room where a guy's getting 600 people in live to watch a break just on Instagram. Like, you don't see that very often. So anyway, he's a freak. Keep killing it. He's flying at the moment, doing great things. Source product drops. No new releases at the moment. What do you reckon? Rookie class is looking good, isn't it? Or be good to go buy their stuff.
Be good to be able to go buy their stuff. And I mean, this is where I shoot my foot, and because I knew this was going to happen, so I knew, like, remember when I told you I was like, we should go buy the Panini instance of these guys, because there's like no rookie cards. We're still waiting on rookie cards of this new class. Want to go out there and buy a nice Josh Giddey rookie? You've only got the Panini instant or the draft to look at. You want to go out there and buy a Suggs? You can't buy anything. So look, it's pretty crazy that we're nearly halfway through the NBA season, and we still can't buy any notable rookie cards. I think this actually hurts the market, because there's less prospecting. There's less, people speculating on guys. And now, because you can pretty much now see a whole season of play of these guys before you then go buy their most notable cards, whether it be out of Optic, Select, Prism, then, you got the Noir, Immaculate, Impeccable, some of the stuff that I like to buy. And Immaculate, obviously Flawless, and it goes so on. National Treasures can sit there because it's shit product. But it's just crazy that we still don't have any rookie cards to buy of these guys. Like, I can't fathom it. Like, I don't understand. Is there going to be a point where Panini catches up, or is it now we're just going to get delayed releases till Panini loses the license?
Do you think they do it because they can generate interest in the hobby during the off season, so people can then collect the rookies while there's no basketball actually on? Do you think that's why they do it?
Well, it all came down to because they had issues with COVID and obviously had to shut down and got pushed back there. So that wasn't the case. Now, I don't know whether they're keeping it that way because of that, or it's just because obviously they haven't got more printing presses, so they can't print faster. So, they're still behind on what they're creating.
I don't disagree with them. I don't disagree with them doing that to like keep interest in the hobby, like for this rookie class when there is no basketball on, when it eventually ends. But in saying that, we should already have Prism.
Yeah.
Like, in saying that, we should already have at least 2 products. We should have Prism and then like a super high end, like whether it's Flawless or whatever it is, for this rookie class already to tie us over for a few months. Because not for anything,
Hoops isn't even out, bro.
Yeah, I know, but you know how long
they're going to pre-order.
Yeah, but you know how long they're going to be ripping Prism for? They'll rip Prism for 3 months. Anyway, and then you start dropping more stuff. James says Panini will catch up by 2025. I love it. Anyway, it's just it's uncomprehendable.
I think this actually hurts. I think it actually hurts the hobby. Like, I think it hurts the product and the speculating, and
it hurts Panini. It makes people start turning around and going, well, I'm actually happy that they're going to lose the license. I'm happy that they're not going to have it. Like, and speaking of happy not having it, big news yesterday, Fanatics. I can't even talk. The COVID's giving me a speech impediment. What the hell?
Is it that, seriously? Or is it that mop on the top of your head, mate?
Yeah, I got the bleach.
Starting to get the orange tinge to it now, mate.
No, it's not. Don't say that. No, it's because my regrowth's. Don't say that. It's the bleach has gone to my brain, and then the COVID affected my speech. As simple as that. So, Adam says I'll be leaning to agree with Dom. Could be a way for him to pump the market when it's off season. Yeah, but we still got to have products now. Like, I don't want to wait till the off season to get Prism, or as soon as the playoffs start. Oh, here's Prism. Well, the season's gone. Then none of them are probably none of them besides Mobley is going to be playing in the playoffs, because all the other guys that are killing it, like Franz Wagner, he's not going to be there. He plays for Orlando. They're shit. So Fanatics acquired Topps. Massive news yesterday, Source. So it looks like Topps will still be making cards under the Fanatics brand. I think it'll just be like Topps Baseball, like Topps Chrome, and it'll just have the Fanatics logo in the top corner of the boxes. So they'll still be producing stuff. I think this is going to happen potentially for Upper Deck, and it could potentially happen for Panini as well. They'll get bought. Awesome stuff with Topps, Bowman license, Chrome license for basketball and football. Will be back. That's what the speculation is at the moment. It'll be fantastic. Topps Chrome, NBA returning. Obviously, the favorite pre-Prism, it was Topps Chrome. That was the card. That's what everyone loved. And they still love it now over Prism, still, Source, to this day. People that have been in the hobby for a long time. So your thoughts on it, and then I'll dive a little bit deeper into a few things as well that I started thinking about.
Obviously, if you've followed any of the the interviews that Josh Luber's been on. He's been on LTB. He's been on Sports Card Nonsense as well. And so, if you've listened to those, you sort of got a hint of where this was going. When the news first broke of Fanatics gaining the license, and we did an IG Live and we spoke about and put all our scenarios out there. It's fair to say that, this was one of the scenarios that we did talk about, that, they may go buy out these companies and get those notable brands. And that seemed like that was more the case with his most recent interviews, with, the shows that I mentioned just then. So, look, I think this was coming. It'd be interesting to see whether they now go and potentially maybe buy another company. Maybe they potentially go buy Uppertech. And then by buying Uppertech, they also then get the NHL license, because they got the NHL. So then they've got all the sports, and then they're able to then use Uppertech's, Fleer sets and all these sorts of things. So it'll be interesting to see how it all comes together. But I'm excited. As I've said, I'm excited for Fanatics to take over.
The legends here watching, Source, mate. Look who's here watching.
Shout out Tyson. Always doing great work.
Getting interviewed by us this evening, actually. There's a little one for people listening. The Magnificent Seven, episode 7, the final episode, is getting filmed tonight. So we got that teed up, and we might hopefully get some nice news. Yeah, everyone's stoked to have Tyson in here, and rightly so. He's killing it, as Saucy said. The other thing, with the acquisition, Source, the good thing is it's not just football and basketball with Tops that I thought about. Funnily enough, my brain automatically went to the fact that obviously they got wrestling, they got soccer. Fanatics will have some. So yeah, Star Wars. They'll have some soccer because obviously Panini has the rest, but they'll get Champions League. But the number one thing that they'll acquire the license for is Formula One. I don't know if people have thought about that, but they are going to acquire that straight away when it happens. I don't know when the takeover is meant to start from. I know that the purchase was roughly 500
Yeah, didn't think about that, Domo.
So F1, I don't know when the acquisition starts from. I don't know if it's 2025 is when they're taking over them. I have no idea. So I'm unsure of that. If it's effective immediately, then Fanatics will have their hands on F1. I don't know how it's all going to work. I really don't. But yeah, F1's another one to think about, Source, in there. Another thing about Fanatics, they actually I read about, this is going to be funny because I know how you feel about Tops NFTs. So I was reading that Fanatics actually, there's a startup company that not Josh Luber, Mike Rubin invested in with Gary Vee around NFTs and stuff. That's obviously part of Fanatics. And obviously they look to do a bit of an overhaul on the top system that they have in place. They might already have the framework Source to actually have a better running system than what is currently available to the public. So there's a lot of stuff there. A lot of stuff.
I'm hoping now that you brought that means that the Tops NFT platform, they do improve it.
Hope so too.
The record, if you oh, did I cut out there?
You did.
Yeah, for the record, if you do live outside the States and you are using the Tops NFT platform, you actually can't get your money out because you need an American bank account, which is pretty crazy for something that's supposed to be crypto blockchain. Why there isn't a crypto withdrawal system so I can withdraw in crypto, so that there's no issues around what bank account I can have. I can just have a wallet and send it there, and then let me worry about what fiat currency I want to get it to after that. It baffles me. So there's one ripe that I've got with the platform, but hopefully that means that these platforms get improvement. But also on the flip side is, I can't understand having bags of these NFTs in there and spending money on these NFTs right now when it was when you could, you use that funds to buy other stuff that you might want more now. So that's the sort of the situation that I've also got with Panini blockchain cards. Panini blockchain's been around for a while and they're slowly making improvements, but when's the time when it's going to get there? It's big movement, or they're going to do something that's going to wow people and bring a lot of users to the platform. When's that come? If it's coming 3 years from now and I've had to spend 3 years worth of money buying all these collectibles and then I get rewarded in 3 years from now, well, all that money you've spent and had to hold for 3 years, you could have potentially flipped that numerous amount of times in other assets or other areas and potentially made more money, because at the end of the day, I don't care what anyone says. Anyone that buys these damn digital cards have no emotional attachment to it. Like some people, they may a little bit, but let's be honest, when people see the value of those going up, they're going to flip that shit quicker than you can say goodbye. So it's people always looking for that flip and that movement, especially in the NFT world, because that's pretty much what I think the whole NFT is. The whole NFT ecosystem is built around flipping and collaring up and getting better and making money out of NFTs, which is, we've seen people can do. So
the other funny thing,
I'm just interested to see what happens
as well with the deal, as Tyson dropped some juicy little tidbit in the comments that he had some crazy news yesterday. Hopefully it's a good thing. Most likely it will be. All right, we'll be trying to get some. We know he's a vault, but we'll try and just grab some info off of him tonight. That's what we try and do here at Double Coverage. But the other interesting thing, Source, is people have always said there's been no centralized person or company of the hobby. And I think Fanatics is trying to make their mark that they want to be the centralized focal point, and everyone will answer to them because inadvertently they will own them. So that's the way that it looks like it's progressing. It looks like building a foundation of a more stable hobby than what it was. Tyson said, "Tops, don't tell me anything. I know as much as you guys." So
big opportunity. Yeah. Obviously, you're still working with Tops, Tyson, and them.
It's fantastic stuff.
Bought out by Fanatics, so just they'll have more access to hopefully more variety of athletes in the future.
Exactly, especially with the licenses and stuff. It actually works out a lot better based on like the first chat we had with Tyson, where he said how difficult it was for licensing and reluctance for all that release and from their agents.
He's had some really great exchanges with Panini.
Don't worry, we'll get some good stories again on the pod. Don't worry, we'll ask him for a story time with Tyson, which will be very, very fun. But that's pretty much it, Source. It looks like it's big moves happening. It looks like this will be the first of many card companies to potentially be acquired. So where it goes from here, who knows? But watch very, very closely and just follow the breadcrumbs. Lube has been on a lot of pods and he drops a lot of nice things, which is really good. Global says Tops MotoGP. That would be sick if that happens. All right, Sauce, have you got a saucy smoky, or are we wrapping this bad boy out?
Look, I'll just hang on. I'm just trying to figure out what was the set. I think it was 1999.
Oh no!
Hang on.
Oh no! Tops MotoGP would be actually pretty cool. Get some more Rossi cards in there. I know he's retired, but who cares?
This is the one.
Pay homage to the GOAT of the sport. Speaking about homages to the GOATs of sport, it was Michael Schumacher's birthday 2 days ago. The true GOAT of F1. So, shout out to him. Hope he's well.
Here we go.
Here we go. Sauce is ready to roll. What's he got for us? Oh, nice.
I'm trying to bring it up big screen, but this guy isn't giving us a very good photo. Yeah, this one's a bit better. There we go. So this is the 1999 EX Exceptional. This is the Kobe. I think there's about 16 in the set. You don't have to get the Kobe. if you don't want to. But I just think it's a cool set. It's very similar to the jambalaya.
Very similar to the jambalaya.
In a sense. But yeah, you don't exactly have to get this exact one. There is.
How good Skybox, man.
Let's have a look and see what other ones are in here in the set. There's White Chocolate, Jason Williams. There's a Vince Carter, if you like Vince Carter, a bit of an older set. There's Scottie Pippen. He's in this set in Blazers.
Oh, Tim Duncan, $2.20. Put that in your watch list.
That's on auction at the moment. I just think it's a cool looking set. There's also this is the green version, which is numbered. So the red version is unnumbered. I think it came. But the green version is numbered to 500, as you can see there. So, I mean, if you really want to go all out, that's definitely a collector's item. The green ones. There is also some baseball guys. If you like baseball, there's a Ken Griffey one, Ken Griffey Jr.
Lamar
as
Odom.
well. Lamar Odom. So I just think this is a cool set. You got Grant Hill in this set as well. Obviously Shaq Daddy, Diesel. Is in here in the set as well. So I just think it's a cool looking set. I like the card, and something that to bring to the attention. There's also Allen Iverson in the set. So there's some notable older guys, and if you like the guys from the 90s, definitely maybe go have a look at this set. This is something that I'll probably look to hopefully get a nice Kobe in this card, and maybe one day complete the set once, because Kobe's the most expensive guy in the set. And then after that, the other guys aren't really that expensive. I mean, you can buy a Tim Duncan here, buy it now, right? $69 if you don't want to try pick one off an auction. And even, KG, $90, Grant Hill, $35. So, those guys aren't too expensive. But yeah, I just think it's a cool looking set. Love Skybox. I've mentioned that a number of times. I think I'll be doing more of these sort of stuff where I just find cool looking cards and showing you guys. I think I'll be staying a little bit far away from the prospecting market in terms of giving smokies, just because I think it's a bit difficult at the moment with no real cards. What am I going to give you guys? Can't really give you anything. I'm not telling you to go buy his freaking Panini instant card, unless it was directly from Panini, which is what I should have done on Josh Giddey when they were $10 each, and now they're selling for freaking $30 each. But that's a story for another day. But yeah, 1990 Skybox EX exceptional red die cut. That was the one that we looked at. There was like the red die cut version. And there's also a green version, which is numbered. And I think there's even a lower number than that. It might be blue, I think. I stand to be corrected. But yeah, just a cool looking set.
Very nice. All right, Sauce. Adam's got some stuff. He said he's got Lamar Odom, Operation, Invasion, Force Field, and Tim Duncan as well. He loves the white chocolate. And he said for the tops, get some Doohan, Stoner, and Bayless as well in that set. Should be pretty cool. All right, Sauce, it's been awesome. Thanks to everyone for jumping in. Fantastic stuff. We first episode down in 2022. Actually, I'll bring you a bit of an update on Le Mans, the Le Mans Award for next week. I need to talk with Saucy about some stuff. I think the way that we format it as well this year. So very nice. Thank you very much. Keep living, loving, and breathing sports. I'm Dom with the great man Sauce. It's double coverage, and peace.
Peace. Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Also, follow us on socials: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Talking all sports, double coverage.